Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a cosmic channeler. Welcome to your Wednesday Wisdom with Spirit, where I will tune in through mediumship or channeling and see what the message is today. So, first things first, we are 3 days from the full moon. That moon was intense. I don't know about all of you, but like that moon energy lasted a while and it ran deep. It was just like, holy smokes, did I have to use a lot of like grounding practices and conscious thought to really choose empowerment over agitation. It is wild. It was so interesting. And you know, Spirit warned us. They completely warned us. And it was so true for me, at least anyways. I'm sure it was for many of you too. So now that we're kind of like stepping out of that energy, I'm very curious what the messages are today. So I'm just going to jump right in. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm grateful to have you here. And yeah, let's just dive in and see. So just hold on one second. I'm going to tune in. Okay, wow. The three guides of the light, holy, took me in really deep, really deep. And they showed me, so first of all, I want to say when I connect with Spirit, they can speak instantaneously, like within 1 second of our time, the way we measure time, I can get a whole conversation because time where they are is different. It's not the same. And so with what takes me, say, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, can be an entire picture, story, understanding, and everything, because time is not the same, right? So what they showed me in that was like several different versions of what it is to basically grow in the womb and then be born. And they were talking about the phases of gestation, basically, right? And whether it's an actual being or the gestation of a cell itself, or an animal or human, it doesn't matter. It's the concept. And they said, right now, this is so neat, we are fully formed within the cell or within the womb, right? And they actually showed me a wolf, right? So it is a fully formed little wolf, completely ready to come out on the outside. And it's like, it's got like another week or so. Now, I don't think that other week or so is the direct translation of time for us. It could be. But I think it's more like the reference of how close we are to this concept of a rebirth. Now, here's the interesting thing. We are continually, as we move through our lives, going through processes of death and rebirth, right? We always will. If we are incarnated on this planet and we are growing in consciousness, we're constantly growing, releasing old things, being reborn into who we are now, the new layer. And there's a process to that. But the reason why they're showing me this one specifically is this one has to do with the entire collective. So this wolf represents like the soul collective of humanity. So it's not just your individual journey, but it's what you are a part of because all things are connected. And this soul collective, little baby wolf, which is just so cute, is just about ready to be born into a new world with a new consciousness, a new, concept of expansion and awakening and understandings and all of that. And there's a power in that. And so if you tap into the collective energy right now, if you feel the energy around you, you might feel this kind of like low level, almost anxiety, hum type energy. And they're like, notice the energy for simply what it is. Just notice the energy. Don't internalize the feeling or apply it to something for you specific. Again, general message. So if you have something going on in your life causing you anxiety, you definitely want to pay attention to that. But if you're able to kind of compartmentalize and see the differences, or all is well, but you can tap into the energy, this is the energy they're talking about. This energy is that that time just before rebirth, time just before breakthrough of transition into another world, another existence, right? Like you go from the existence of the womb to the existence of being physical in this reality. And so there's a big collective change happening and a rebirth happening, and we can feel it. It's that underlying anxiety kind of buzz. It's like a buzz feeling. And they're saying, acknowledge this buzz feeling without internalizing it, because don't take it on. This is a much bigger thing than just your individual journey. And they wanted to be clear about that because sometimes collective energy can really trigger our individual stuff. And I mean, in some ways, that's a good thing. It makes us look at what we're doing and refine it. But they're also saying it in a way of like, don't take it on, right? Don't take on this one. They're also showing me that part of this energy too is coming from the sun. So I'd be curious if there's solar flares. And this heightened energy from the sun is kind of like calling out this little baby wolf into the reality that we're in, right? So the sun is kind of beckoning out this collective rebirth. Now I'm just asking, how will we see this rebirth? Like, what will it look like? Will it be tangible things? And they're saying it's more of like another frequential notch. So yeah, fair. Okay, so they're showing me if our frequency right now vibrated at, say, let's say it's 5.2, just to give it a number, okay? And we've been ascending and ascending and ascending, and we're at a 5.2. It's like in this rebirth, we're gonna hit like a 6. We're gonna hit like the next full note up, the next full frequency up. It's not like a 5.4. We're going from the 5 into a 6, okay? And I'm not talking 5D 60 consciousness. I'm just giving that as a reference number. We're moving up a whole notch. And it's very divinely timed, they're saying, and it's very purposeful. So if you're feeling this energy, you can actually tap into it and help it move your own energy through and forward and higher if you can recognize it. If you can't, then just notice what it is and then try and like stay out of it, right? It's kind of like depending on where you're at, depending what your capacity is, and there's no right or wrong with where your capacity is. It just is, right? Some days when I'm feeling really strong, I can tap into that kind of energy and I can utilize it in my being for creation, for all kinds of things. Other days, if I'm really tired or I'm struggling with something, I actually need to kind of put a barrier against that energy and be like, okay, I know that's going on. I'm not going to take that on. I'm going to focus on myself. Excuse me. And so it's about discerning where you're at and working with the energy so that the energy doesn't just kind of take you over, because Spirit's like, the energy that's building is actually a really good thing, and we don't need to fear it. We don't need to, have it at a confusion. The more that they can communicate with us, the more we can navigate these energies and move along with them. So I find that really interesting. So if you can, take some time today to tune into what you're noticing in the energy, asking yourself, can I utilize this right now, or do I need to actually step away from it without any judgment for yourself of which one you need, okay? There's no better. It just is. And then over the next, they're saying a week again. Over the next week or so, and I want to say sometimes when Spirit's like, it's happening now can mean any day from like within 3 days to 3 weeks. Soon usually is like 3 months to 6 months, right? So like when they're saying a week, it could be a week in our lifetime, but it could be like a month. So again, there's a big transition happening right now anyways, but just notice what you notice with the energy and choose what you want to do. Discern it and be the magician, right? Like be the one that gets to choose the energy and wield the energy the way in which you want, because you are that powerful and you absolutely have it within you. So be conscious of it, stand in your power, choose how you want to use this energy for now. All right, everyone, I will leave that with all of you. I do want to invite you to Cosmic Consciousness tonight if you haven't already signed up and you're curious to hear a little bit about some secret societies and, some things that are crumbling and some insights from Spirit. You definitely want to check it out at avalonspirit.com. You can sign up under Cosmic Consciousness, and I hope to see you tonight. Otherwise, have a beautiful day, everyone. Please do subscribe, like, all that goodness, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.